off the team. Over what? She couldn't get the moves right? Oh no, here we go again. It's about the hair. We're still doing that, okay? 2023 is almost over, and we're still doing this. In Anne Arundel County, Maryland, Black mother exposing a Maryland cheer coach for discriminating against her daughter. All-star cheerleader, 7-year-old Ryan Brunson, who the mom says was booted from not only her competition, but her team following a conflict over her hair. Brunson was doing it for the past 3 years, was a member of the Maryland Twisters. Now, when you look, she's not the epitome of a cheerleader. I can see her spirit right there. It's just screaming through. In a lengthy X thread, Soraya Woolridge shared an upsetting encounter she had, Ryan had, with the Maryland Twisters cheerleading squad. In a series of screenshots, she shared the email she received outlining the competition uniform. The girls were given 2 options for hair: a high ponytail with curls or natural curls, and a half up, half down ponytail, also with curls. This is from The Root. Woolridge shared the reference pictures featuring natural black curly hair, and on the other side, images of what Ryan's hair looked like on competition day. Woolridge decided to opt for the half up, half down hairstyle for her daughter, a style she's done before in past cheer seasons, and Ryan appeared to meet the criteria. However, Woolridge wrote that the coach, who she identified as Shelley Ringgold, approached her the morning of the competition saying her daughter's hair was out of order. Ringgold allegedly told her Ryan's hair was considerably longer than the style in the reference photos, and allegedly grabbed the child's hair to try to pull it into a ponytail. This is just amazing. What a shock. Woolridge said she believed the issue wasn't really her daughter's hair, but the fact she was a black girl. Confidence Ryan walked out the door with could have been completely broken. I don't spend all this money to send my child to an organization that allows anyone, let alone coaches, to treat them any differently or make them feel inferior, Woolridge wrote in a complaint to the cheer company. As Newsweek reports, another email posted by Woolridge showed Tara Rawl, president of the Maryland Twisters team, telling her that while her daughter has rather beautiful hair, she currently has more hair than what the photos show, adding Ryan needs to have her hair in a high pony for the next event. I don't need you to tell me my daughter's hair is beautiful. I don't need you to define what's beautiful, whose hair is beautiful and whose hair is not beautiful. Madam cheerleading coach, head, administrator, we don't need you to do that. Woolridge was not pleased with the response. She feels this was an act of discrimination given her daughter's hair is shoulder length in its natural curly state because her hair is thicker than the other girl's hair. You're going to tell her that she can't wear her hair like that? Yeah. I'm now having to explain to her that in life, you're going to be discriminated against based on so many different factors. Now it's something that you can't control. DC News.
That's crazy. Let's keep it going, though. Here we go.
Now, with that statement, Woolridge shared another post on X, which featured an email from the team's president saying it's best for both parties that you no longer continue at the Maryland Twisters program, Newsweek. Yeah, because that solves it, doesn't it? That solves it right there. In a statement to Newsweek, a spokesman for the Maryland Twisters said disputed claims that the child was removed from the team over her hair, saying it's never a good day when a child is impacted by a parent's actions. And for that, we apologize to the athlete. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
In our 26 years, no athlete has ever been removed for their appearance. However, we have made the hard decision to remove families from our program for other reasons. This could include poor parent behavior, violations of our code of conduct, and more. 7-year-old says she was sad when she realized she could no longer be part of the team. In my mind, it was like, why would they kick me off the team? Because I didn't do anything, she said. When Woolridge posted the incident on social media, it went viral. Woolridge said she received many messages from other African-American mothers and cheerleaders who have dealt with similar situations in the cheer world. She's dedicated so much time, so much energy to the sport, and for someone to make her feel so easily disposable, it really upset me.
That is really messed up, too. Let's keep it going.
DC News Now. Woodward says she hopes the incident will allow all teams to reconsider how they handle situations like this. I think that the cheerleader organization should look as a whole about how they're making children feel about their hair, their makeup, their weight, everything, like appearance-wise. These kids just want to cheer, she said. Now this lit me on fire, Senator. And did you hear
What's going on is they wanted a homogenated system, and cheerleading is one of those systems they want to keep homogenated. And there was nothing wrong with that young lady's hair at all. Not one bit. I'm sure there would be going to be some examples of other women, young girls whose hair is not in place. And what's funny to me is that it all stemmed from one incident. This all went down under one incident. Mrs. Newby breaks it down like this. This is when you make lemonade out of lemons and create a black cheerleading group. Amen to that. So that you don't have to deal with this foolery. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see a couple more.
They tried to do?
Yes.
Oh, now this is an out of control Black woman who's so out of control and ignorant. She jeopardized her. We would have loved to keep her, but the mother was just so out of control. I've seen out of control parents. I didn't read any of that here. And I didn't hear him point to any specific behavior because she stood up for her daughter who has thick, beautiful, luxurious. That's what a crown is, folks. That's what a crown is, okay? And she wanted to keep it in her natural state. How dare you? How dare you? Okay? I have a child.
You know what's funny is that I've seen, professional gymnastics and cheerleading, and they don't do this kind of crap. They're not that picky. Let me just put it that way. Let me keep it going.
We get these restrictions. Everyone must wear their hair pulled back. Everyone must. Right there, you're wrong.
I think they gave us the answer at the end. They don't like the parents or the kid, probably. They just wanted them out. They just were waiting for the right time, to do their thing. Shout out to Mistress Newby, K. Brown. Why seeking knowledge in the house? Welcome, Karen Ridgway. Let's go to one topic to another topic. Here we go.
His name was Money Perkins, but if you ask people in this Brooklyn neighborhood, his laundromat business was not all about making money.
If we didn't have soap, he provided it. If you ran out, he didn't worry about things like that. If you left, he would put the money in the machine and make sure your clothes was washed and started.
The 37-year-old entrepreneur who was known for his kindness was shot and killed just before 6 o'clock the evening of December 1st, inside his laundromat on Clarendon Road. The violent robbery was caught on surveillance camera, but the group of men involved have not been caught. Perkins was a husband and a father of 3 children, a 2-year-old toddler, an 8-year-old daughter who helped give his eulogy, and 17-year-old son who was looking forward to applying for college with his dad. All of them will now have to face the holiday season and the rest of their lives without their father.
That is such a shame. And I have to highlight this. Instead of the Black manosphere focusing on community issues like this, like crime, things that really do affect the community, they bash Black women. And that's why I bash them. They try to make it that I'm talking about Black men in general, but I'm not. I'm talking about dysfunctional Black men that happen to be in the Black manosphere. Because if you go to any one of their channels, they're not talking about how to make the community better. They're talking about how they want to control and have access to Black women. That's it. That's all. Let's keep this going for a minute here. Here we go.
His widow, still too distraught to speak publicly, asked community leaders to share this message.
Please help us get justice.
Neighbors say Perkins worked around the clock to provide for his family. His life taken over a piece of jewelry. Police say the 4 suspects got away with his gold chain.
That is sad. So instead of Black men in the manosphere focusing on finding these cancerous men that did the deed to this good man, right? They're on here spending time trying to disrespect Black women. This man deserves more respect than that, but that's the funny thing, is that the Black manosphere gives him no respect. They don't even think he exists or have thought about him at all. I want you to pull up any type of community-based improvement live streams that the Black manosphere has released anytime recently. None. Even the ones who claim to do it, they don't. So all this and check out what happens to all the good Black men. Had his own business and everything, working hard, helping the community, helped everybody out. Where were you guys? Not on here trying to help him, not on here trying to promote his business to make it better. I know that much. Because you guys don't even promote each other's businesses that much, if at all. What you do promote is hatred. I'm talking about the Black manosphere. You guys promote hatred all day, every day. You send your hoodlums after me. We know that, right? I'm not going anywhere. You need to focus more on this. Or you don't. Don't worry about it. I'll cover it since you won't. I'll cover it. I'll do the work. You don't seem to be interested in improving the community. You just want to improve, per se, the manosphere, right? So go right ahead. Go right ahead. Keep being toxic. Just know you fall into a certain category that I talk about then. And don't be mad when I call you out.
I'm sick and tired of this. When are we in the Black and the brown community going to put an end to the senseless gun violence?
Candles still.
Boom, bars. Well, fellas, ladies are doing their parts. They're not robbing people all day, every day, like we are. Oh, you think I'm not bashing? Look up the stats. If the stats are bashing us, the stats are bashing us. That's just the way it is. But you guys have the opportunity, and believe it or not, you even have the power to improve the community, and you chose not to. That's the weird and interesting thing about it. You have the numbers to improve the community. You could hold, instead of trying to hold Black women who are not really your business, that you don't know, accountable, why don't you hold Pookie and Ray Ray accountable? You keep complaining and saying they're the ones who are causing the problem. So why, if there's so many good Black men out there, which I think there are some out there, right? If there's so many of us, then why are you allowing, because it's men handle men, right? So why are you allowing Pookie and Ray Ray to control the community? Because they must be, because the community ain't doing too well right now. Right? The community is not doing that well right now. So if that's the case, who's the boss? Diddy was a great role model, wasn't he? Y'all know he was doing that shit and you did nothing. All of you did nothing. You were too, what do you call it? Fanfared. You were just too much of a fan to know that he was just an evil monster, and you did nothing. I even seen, what? There was some guy on here who actually still defends Diddy to this day. And then another guy who I have coming up still defends R. Kelly to this day. They still think those monsters of the Midway are victims. That's the crazy thing. Shout out to Mistress Newbie, Mark Bavin, Elviero Pues, Tanya Sweet, Kay Brown, Karen Ridgway. Why is seeking knowledge? Everybody's up in here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Gold Reflection is up in here as well. Elviero Pues says this: you would hope that starting a Black cheerleading group would help, but my mother and aunts used to tell us stories on how they were treated because they were of their yellow skin and talking like a Mexican. Huh? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. We got to fix that. Now, I'm not sure what, the thing is this is how I see it. Usually the best thing to do is to make cheerleading groups for positive people. But anyway, let me keep it going. Salutations, welcome, Gold Reflection. Glad to see everybody is doing well this holiday weekend. It's getting close, getting real close. Whatever you celebrate, do your thing. Whatever you celebrate, do your thing.
Will burn at the small makeshift memorial outside the laundromat, as local leaders say gun violence needs to be addressed from every angle. More prevention resources need to be provided in vulnerable communities, and victims' families should get more support. But the first order of business in this case is justice.
If anybody has information, please pretend that information is about your son, about your brother, about your cousin, about your neighbor. Because the one thing that we can provide for this family is justice for this shooting.
The same way they did that to him, any one of us could be subjected to that type of crime.
Now, there is a reward for anyone with information about this case. If you know anything, if you saw anything or heard anything about the suspects involved in this deadly shooting, you are urged by police and the Perkins family to speak up.
All right, everybody. Susie Bear in the house. We're going to keep this going. We got a lot of clips to check out. We got a lot of things to talk about. We need to go over what we learned. Lots of things going down. Lots of things going down. So let's check out this clip.
Intuition involved.
I'm going to go back. Wait, listen to this. Listen to this guy right here. This is the Black manosphere right here. Listen to this. Listen to this.
She'll link with you behind the dumpster.
They don't care about none of that.
Now, this is why you don't talk to boys who don't drink water. When they spray you in the face with that battery acid, it will fuck up your skin. Look at me. Look at me.
Damn, not the extra dry boneless children on your face.
So these are the men that think they're going to fix a community with insults. How about this guy?
She'll link with you on the top of a fucking tree if you told her to. What are you talking about? You gotta do this. Who the fuck took? Where's the law on that? Who is there? Is there bad bitch rules? Is there a bad bitch?
There you go. I don't have to play much. Two, they come out the gate. with that banditry, all they think about is sex. That's all they do. A whole sphere for the pursuit of sex. Forget the community, forget that. They don't want no piece of that. Nope. And these guys are super famous, talking like this.
Code of conduct.
Now listen, if she a 9 or a 10 based on your standards, bro, and that's the girl that really turned you on, man, the chances of you not having to bring her on a date is probably slim to none.
Shallow as can be. But I guarantee you, but if you ask her, oh yeah, so man, oh yeah, I'm a real brother and I keep it real and I'm down to earth. I guarantee you he'd say that fake shit. Not knowing that he's not anything like that. Just basically a booty monster. That's it. That's it. And that brings me to this clip. I got it. Look, Spicy Black Magic, she keeps dropping gems. You got to check her out. Doggone it. Doggone it. Here we go. It says up here, this is what Black men call traditional woman. Here we go. This is 5C Black Magic. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It ain't no jive. Because it's all the way. It's all the way live. It's all the way live.
Now, let me stop this. I came across this on TikTok not too long ago, and I said, this is about right. This is what Black men call a traditional woman. They quick to say, we need to go back to the 50s. We need to go back to the 50s. Why would you want to go back to 1950? Black men didn't have rights. Black women didn't have rights. Women didn't have rights. But they know that they had the chance to oppress you, to keep his foot on your neck and up your ass. One thing I do know for a fact, I have done quite a bit of research, and I have talked to older women and even some of my family, and they were telling me how hard it was to be a Black woman. They married you off very young. You know how the Black manosphere is talking about, we need to marry him off as young as 13. Well, depending on where you were at, especially if you were in a southern state, they could marry you off as early as 13, 14, 15 to a 30, 40-year-old man. And when that man got you, he said, well, you're my wife, you're my property, and I can do as I will. They had something called rule of thumb, and you could go outside and get what you would call a switch or a branch, and you could beat your woman for as much and for as long as you like. And guess what? Police didn't come, your family didn't come, nobody came to your rescue. They say, well, you shouldn't have made him mad. Well, you shouldn't have burnt the biscuits. Well, you shouldn't have burnt the toast. Well, you should have did what he said do. Those women suffered. You had 10 babies. Most of the women, they were dirt poor. The man, he would take the money, he would drink it up, he would gamble it off, he'd go sleep around with other women. And we know, could even talk about the STDs that the women got infected with. Yeah, the kings would sleep around and come back.
And back then, STDs was like that was like real bad. I mean, you'd probably die.
His wife, and he blamed her for giving him some kind of something. No different right now in 2023. So they always quick to say, well, Black women was married back in the day. You were forcing no marriages. I have talked to an older woman, and she was telling me, you know how, remember on the Color Purple when Mr. came to the door and say, well, can you bring out your daughter? I need to get a good look at her. And off you go, 14, 15 years old to a 35, 40-year-old man. And you will get married whether you want it or not.
Damn, that's messed up. I'd like to kick a shout out to Ellen Ripley, Mark Bavin, Susie Bear, Elvieto Pues, New Diamonds, Kay Brown, Mistress Newbie. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
And one of my old lady relatives was telling me the mother was so Black male identified, she didn't care. You know what those women would say? Well, that's one less mouth to feed. I got 10 down, or 9 to go, and any man that would, talk to the father and say, hey, well, I tell you what, I'll give you a tractor, a goat, and a couple of chickens. I want that yalla gal. Yeah, that's what they would call a light-skinned black woman. They would call them yalla gals. So that was the kind that they really preferred. They would take a dark-skinned woman, but they really wanted a light-skinned one. And guess what? Those women got used and abused. You got jumped on, you got your ass whooped, and you were stuck with all those babies. And you know what that wonderful husband would say? Where you going? A woman with kids and no education, who gonna want you? Don't no man want a ready-made family. I know y'all have heard that before. So that was very common. They make it seem like black women were happy. They were living like June Cleaver on Leave with the Beaver. Watch some of these old shows and you'll see.
That's right. The Color Purple is about to come out soon, I think. Yeah, we don't need to be celebrating that shit. That's for sure. Ellen Ripley breaks it down like this. It wasn't fair because women had the same mental capacity as men, yet were beaten and treated less than human, like children. Bars, Ellen, bars. Exactly. Now, black women, technically, from what black men are saying, black women are smarter than black men. They're mocking black women for being PhDs and whatnot. That's what Kevin Samuel would do. He would mock women that were more intelligent than he was, which was quite a few. So let me keep this going.
Leave with the Beaver, Andy Griffith Show, the lady from the Brady Bunch. They would make it seem like black women were just living life. You stayed at home all day with a little apron around your waist, and you were just, I'm just so happy to be a wife and a mother and have them 10 babies. I love waiting on my husband. I just love washing and cooking and cleaning and ironing and staying barefoot and pregnant. Yeah, that's how they wanted you, barefoot and pregnant, because
Hey, Tanya Sweat just broke it down. It comes out tomorrow. Color Purple. Personally, for me, I won't be running to the theater to see it, but I might catch a little bit, of it here and there. But we have the Color Purple in 2023, so I don't need to go all the way back to whenever it was.
where were you going? Very little schooling, couldn't read, barely couldn't write. One lady was telling me you were lucky if you went to the 5th grade. You might have went to the 3rd or 4th grade, and they were telling me that you had to get out there and go to work. You had to work out there in the cotton fields or scrub Miss Ann's floors on your hands and knees, depending on what kind of background you come from. But that was usually for the poor rural women. You had to live like that, whether you like it or not, because
Right. Here is the question I got to pose to black men again. I mean, think about it like this, black men. And black women too, please listen to this. What is the appeal? The goal of interacting with your own race and having a relationship with somebody of your own race is that they understand you, right? That they understand you. They have they know more cultural history, all that good stuff. But if the men in that culture, if the men in that community just want to treat you with a lack of empathy, then what's the deal? What's the deal? And I'm not saying this to dissuade black women from, dating black men. No, but what I'm trying to say is, black men, if you want to get more respect from women and find yourself a wife, you might want to give her some reason to want to be around you. And being like a lot of the men that I have coming up, so I'm not going to say because they got surprises, right? Being with men with restraining orders is not a good thing. If you guys got a restraining order, that's like a certificate of abuse. Doesn't mean you have to be that way all your life. You can go get some therapy. You can get some therapy. You want my advice? If you've been, let's say, rough with women, let's put it that way. And if so, I sincerely say that you should get some help. It's that simple. You have to assess your own psychological status. Do you have a high value psychological status or a low value psychological status? I mean, look at Diddy. He was high value financially wise, but he treated women like a piece of crap. So where is the value in that? He might be going by way of R. Kelly, which was another so-called high value man as well. Ellen Ripley says this: I cook for my husband whenever he wants me to, but only because I want to, not because I'm bound to it. I also clean all the time because I like a super clean house. I hear that, Ellen Ripley. Right on. Ellen Ripley's in the house. Susie's in the house. Tanya's in the house. Susie says this: I can tell you this, ladies. Other races of men highly admire intelligent Black women. They admire our resiliency. Don't let any dusty out here tell you otherwise. Bars. Bars. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Is there are men that will treat you just as good or better, or at least just as good, if not a lot better, than a lot of the men in our community. And the proof, where's the proof? In the pudding. Where's the pudding? In the manosphere. You can tune into any of their channels. And that vulgarity, that disrespect, that deceitful behavior, that's what they have to offer. So you have to look for Black men, and you can find them. You have to look for Black men that don't have that kind of ideology. There are some, you know, some Russell Wilsons out there. You know, just regular Russell Wilson, just happy-go-lucky, kind of chill, loves his wife to death, loves his family to death. He's out there. He is out there. But if we run out of Black Russell Wilsons, I will tell you there are some Caucasian, some Latin, some Asian Russell Wilsons as well. There are. Doesn't mean that you just ignore Black men. No, it just means you got some more options to work with. Just that's what the Black manosphere preaches. Oh yeah, we should expand our options. They just don't want you to expand your options. Nope. No, they need you to be, you know, in the color purple. They need you to be Sealy. They need you to be Sealy. They need you to be Sealy. Noon Diamond says this: we celebrate our degenerate behavior, degrading each other in movies and music. Our culture today is past toxic. Karen Ridgway breaks it down like this: my ex-grandmother was forced into marriage at the age of 13, was abused. She was abused. She grabbed his gun and shot him at to get away. Damn. She had left her kids behind, but came back for them when she was able. Wow. Hard out here. Back then it was rough. It was rough. It was rough. Tanya Sweet breaks it down like this. My father's mother pretty much told us without telling us that she wished not to be buried next to my grandfather, and she gave birth to 10 kids. Dang. So yeah, that color purple. See, that's what the black men in the manosphere want. They want that color purple control. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the manosphere. It kind of works that way. It's like kind of like if you don't want a steak, you don't go to a steakhouse. I mean, if you don't want a steak, you don't go to a steakhouse. You don't. You don't.
People keep forgetting in this country, for many years, Black people were kept out of education. They made sure you couldn't read, you couldn't write, and then they followed you after the plantation. So for anybody to read and write, that was a big deal. And we all know women didn't have rights and Black women had absolutely none. So those men took advantage of the system. So if you're talking about the white man oppressing you, oh, the Canes, they did just as much. Young girls were violated, they were sexually assaulted, and nothing was done about it. Y'all remember on that movie, I Know What a Cage Bird Sang, and Maya Angelou was violated by her mother's boyfriend? That was very common. Except in this case, they deleted the guy who did that to her, but there was no therapy, there was no counseling. They would just tell you, oh, just sit down, shut up, and get over it.
Yeah, that's messed up. Ellen Ripley breaks it down like this. I was so irritated when the black guy put up a video with the obese Thai girl talking about I can cook, I can clean. He broke up with her, by the way. Oh, that's been happening a lot, though. Oh man, you know we got to get. Oh, let me hurry up and get this party started. We got so much stuff going on. I mean, but you know, I tell you, Feisty Black Magic be dropping jams. So I had to put her on, but I just want to get the, you know, she set the whole scene up. She set the whole scene up. You know, and we're gonna jump into this situation right now. We're gonna jump into it right now.
Good morning, Jonathan. It's a bizarre rant as actor Jonathan Majors berates his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Majors is upset that she'd gone out partying.
Do you really know, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Wait, pause it, because you all got it. I'm sure you all may have heard it already, but just in case you didn't, I think it's really important that we yank up the volume a little bit and we get right into it. Here we go.
Do you really know, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan?
I would like to get to,
He then tells Jabari,
we have a plan. That sounds so red pill. I know red pill dudes are mad. I know they are mad.
that she needs to emulate two iconic women.
Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
Okay, let me pause it right there. You don't know how loony that sounds. Okay? You have a whole white woman in front of you, and historically I heard he don't date black women. But he wants the woman to act like a black woman. That already tells me he's got a couple screws loose. Talented man. Screws loose. And quite honestly, I'm glad they caught it early because who knows, he might have become Diddy later in his later years if they didn't. Now he's on. Now he's on. You know, he's on the map. Everybody knows what he's about. So we don't have to worry about that. Welcome, Mr. DJ. Music is in that house. Welcome, D Mode. Let's keep it going.
I know I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man.
When somebody calls themselves a great man, well, let me give you an example of something. Let me give you an example. What's going on with Jeezy? Here we go.
Y'all, people can't be that stupid. Please tell me people are not so stupid as be buying this BS that Jeezy, known.
Yep. Now, wait a minute. Here we go, folks. I'm going to show you something. Tisa's going to tell you. But I'm going to fast forward it to the spot that is funny to me. Here we go. This is the fun part. Let me get to the fun part. Here we go.
What does it mean? Me too. I'm in security. Hold on, let's get this going.
A few moments later.
Where are we at?
When you say that,
What does it mean?
me too. I'm in security rights.
Uh-huh.
I think it's really important for Black men
Yeah.
to have these conversations. Times when we're the most sisters. I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
Oops. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? One narcissist, two narcissists. I'm lining them up tonight. I'm lining these narcissists up behind each other. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back.
Sisters. I'm a great man. I'm a great person.
I'm a great man. I'm a great person. Tisa, break it down for us.
He said, it's time when we are at our lowest that we need our Black sisters.
That's what he said. Guess who? Guess who also goes? Guess who else thinks the same as Jeezy? Let's go back. Let's go back.
Good morning, Jonathan.
It's a bizarre. She'd gone out partying.
Do you really go, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan?
He then tells Jabari that she needs to emulate two iconic women.
Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
The ex-girlfriend secretly recorded the argument in 2022.
I'm a great man. A great man.
Oh, there we are. Narcissists 101. Narcissism 101. Yeah, exactly, Mistress Newbie. Talking to him just like, I mean, he was talking to her like she was a kid. Yeah, he could do that shit in front of her when nobody else was around, but when that shit went to court, it didn't fly. It didn't fly. Welcome, Lady Rindy in the house. Elviera Borres in the house. Ellen Ripley is in the house. Tanya Sweat is in the house. Mr. DJ Music is in the house. Mistress Newbie is in the house. New Diamond is in the house. Mark Bavin is in the house. Why is seeking knowledge is in the house or in the clouds, wherever she want to be. Susie Bear is in the house. We're going to keep it going. We are going to keep it going. So, as a man who grew up in a non-Black community, I can safely say that most Caucasian women don't want to be compared or ridiculed and compared to women they're not. And let me play the great man part again, because I think that's really important.
2022.
I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
The defense.
Did you hear him? If he was doing such great things for the culture and for the world, did he say the world? Did he add the world in there? I mean, at the end of the day, he's just an actor. Let me see.
A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in.
The defense rested its.
I mean, I guess the culture, he didn't include his exes, because I heard that they don't have they don't have any raving reviews for him. Let's just put it that way.
Case without calling Jonathan Majors to the stand, but the actor was seen wiping away tears as his attorney made closing arguments to the jury in which she accused the ex-girlfriend of telling little white lies and also big lies. Anything to say about the video evidence, Jonathan? As the jury deliberates, they will consider this jaw-dropping surveillance.
I feel sorry for his new girlfriend, actually. Shoot, I know she's next. These guys can't help it. Mr. DJ Music breaks it down just like this. What makes him think he deserves a great woman like CSK or Miss Obama? Bars. He obviously, I mean, the thing is this, if you're running down the street like this, you got some things you need to work on. Something, whether you set it up to be this way or not, or it just happened, you got some things you need to work on before you can think about, marrying or dating iconic women. Let's keep
suing Majors after a physical back and forth in the SUV over a text he received from another woman named Cleopatra. And then the big...
Oh, there we go. I wonder who Cleopatra is. So that's okay. Let me go bring that back.
Named Cleopatra. And then in the SUV over a text he received from another woman named Cleopatra. And then the big moment where Majors is accused of pushing her back into the SUV. The next day is when Jabari is found on the floor of the walk-in closet. Majors called cops when he couldn't get inside.
I banged on the door. I've been at the apartment for about...
Okay, so that's weird. So my gut is telling me that she might have a substance abuse issue. But it doesn't mean you should be treated like crap. Lady Rindy breaks it down just like this about Meghan. I couldn't agree more. Here we go. Meghan is a beautiful fool. She is gorgeous. She's throwing a successful 20-plus year career away by staying in close proximity to a now convicted abuser. It won't end well for her. No, she needs to She needs to really get that parachute ready and get her exit plan ready. I know it might look shallow, but she shouldn't have. I mean, she's got to get out. She got to get out. Welcome, Tevin. Tevin's in the house. Tevin says, since Megan Good ex-husband left her, she ain't been right since. Devin would never put her in this situation. I got to. Cleopatra is another Becky at the strip. Probably so. So this is what high-value men have to offer Black women. You get to chase after them. You get to chase after them in the streets like this.
And then the big moment where Majors is accused of pushing her back into the SUV. The next day is when Jabari is found on the floor of the walk-in closet. Majors called cops when he couldn't get inside.
I banged on the door. I've been at the apartment for about 40 minutes now. I couldn't get in. I finally went downstairs and asked the doorman to help us. They let me in via the handyman.
In the aftermath, cops are seen talking to Majors. They look around the apartment from the bedroom with the unmade bed to the sprawling living room area. Majors is seen on the phone. Then Jabari surfaces dressed in a sweatshirt and jeans. She leaves the apartment and is seen making calls on the elevator.
Wow. Alvarado Press breaks it down like this. All the qualities that people say they are looking for in women, they can find all these qualities and a mind of their own in any southern state in the United States. Bars. Okay, so this is the argument that the Black manosphere has. They think they are calling Black women, too bossy and whatnot, too troublesome, not submissive, and all that kind of shit. Well, what's up with this? And this it ain't. I mean, Jeezy left a non-Black woman. John left a non-Black woman. Mr. DJ Music breaks it down like this. Megan Good, sad to say, is an industry chick. Her dating record speaks for itself. Bars. Isn't Megan Good married to a pastor, says El Villero Pues? She was. Not so long ago either. It's not like it's been a long time, maybe a couple years at the most. Maybe only a year. But yeah, she's not married to him. And Susie Baird breaks it down like this. Megan is the type to let a dude assault the little girl relatives in her family. Mammies like her are dangerous. Bars. Ellen Ripley says this. She's killing herself with liquor and pills just to tolerate living with Jonathan. Bars. Bars. Her and Neil Long should start a Mammy Dusty rescue group. New Diamond. Bars. Oh man, we going in here. We going in. So I wanted to play this because it's important, because it's something we need to learn something tonight. We need just not to just kind of like, I'm super entertaining. I'm a great guy. No, anyway, I want to compete with those dudes. You know what I mean? No, but let's find out. Black Girls Living Well breaks it down like this. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. In today's quick podcast, I want to talk about why there's so much abuse in the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry has a dark underbelly that often gets overlooked: widespread abuse and harassment by those in power. From the Me Too movement highlighting sexual abuse to anger management issues and outright cruelty on production sets, why does the industry seem to breed so much harmful behavior? Let's take a look at 3 of the many reasons. First, there is frequently a strong imbalance of power. Gatekeeper executives and producers hold sway over casting.
Let me break something down to you. You need to follow this person. Black Girls Living Well. BGLW. Okay. Black Girls Living Well. She gives some great advice. Here we go.
Decisions and future job opportunities. Many feel pressured to remain silent in order to maintain work and career prospects. Predators take advantage of this asymmetric control and the ambitions of those trying to advance their careers. The culture has emphasized not making waves over seeking justice. Second, toxic workplace environments are too often accepted as normal. Production schedules are tight, budgets slim, and stakes high. This pressure cooker climate is used to justify anger outbursts, cutting corners, and harsh demands on crews. Workers are seen as expendable components rather than human colleagues deserving dignity and respect. Lastly, for too long, inappropriate behavior has been brushed under the rug as part of the industry's creative culture. Artistic genius and malfeasance have been tragically intertwined in some minds. Extreme emotional swings or rages from creative talent have even been rationalized by studios and written off with a "that's just the way they are" excuse. But times are changing. Brave voices speaking out have sparked overdue outrage and calls for more oversight and accountability in the industry's operations and culture.
Thank you. This is what bothers me. So many men and some women knew Diddy was a bad apple. They knew R. Kelly was a bad apple, but they was cool with it. But instead of checking men like them, i.e. Pookie and Ray Ray, they idolize them. That's creepy. That is very creepy. Let's break it down like this. Let's go over Jeezy a little bit more. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Jenny Mai, you are telling Jeezy, baby.
It is checkmate. It is checkmate. Let's keep on going.
We got a checkmate. If you guys don't know, Jenny has been busy. She has been busy whipping up. She has been busy flexing on the gram. She's been busy internationally traveling, telling her, baby, you were holding me, telling Jeezy, baby, you were holding me back. And she has been busy allegedly being set up. Listen, now that Jenny is single, baby, she got a lot of options. Unfortunately for Jeezy, one of her options is going to court and pushing back on the false narrative he's putting out, and then trying to stop the press leaks that Jeezy has been putting out about her in the tracks. Baby, do you know that Jenny wants the court documents made private and sealed, but not for her protection, for Jeezy's? Y'all, let's get into this. Now, if you guys don't know, for some reason, a lot of people, and by a lot, I mean me, has been speculating that Jeezy has been doing this weird PR campaign against Jenny Mai. At the end of the day, Jeezy did leave Jeannie left her devastated. And she said she found out the same times we did that he wanted divorce, okay? But the thing is, Jenny Mai is a survivor, and she literally was about to sell her Los Angeles home. She took her Monaco, and she took herself, and she went over to California. Now, apparently, people are saying that did not sit too well with Jeezy, because at the end of the day, he don't just like to leave women. He liked to leave women broken. He liked to leave women afraid. Okay, not afraid. I'm doing too much. But he does like to leave women thinking that they lost the best man of their life.
Yep. Just like those other two guys. It's weird. It always turns out like that. Break it down like this.
Hear me out. I have a very controversial thought, and a lot of people gonna come for me, call me, pick me, like, okay, whatever. If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
What?
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
We are going to begin this evening with a vicious attack that again raises questions about the criminal justice system.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket. But because we know that we are covered by this societal norm that men shouldn't hit women, we feel as though we can provoke men. We can talk any kind of way. We can throw things at men. Look at Brittany Renner the other day, y'all.
Let me pause it right there. This woman right here, you see in the middle of the screen, who is over Auntie. She was just going to work. See, the problem the problem with dealing with that, obviously the person who was saying the out-of-pocket stuff, is that narcissists have their narcissists. You can stand people. Narcissists call standing up to them being out of pocket. So what this woman was justifying, and we won't say her name, what she was justifying was violence. I mean, that is what you call super male identified. This woman, it's crazy to me, but it sets me up for this next thing. It sets me up for this. Guess what happened? Guess what happens when we get out of pocket, black men? This.
A jury convicting actor Jonathan Majors of assaulting his former girlfriend, Marvel, and Disney quick to act, dropping him from all upcoming projects.
Fox 6's Teresa Priolo joins us live in the newsroom with a look.
I'll tell you one thing. I guess remember all you guys were saying, black men don't need therapists? I bet he would go to one now. You know how many millions of dollars he just lost? And let's not call probably 100 million. He was that hot. He was probably going to get Will Smith money. And in 5 years, he would easily have had $100 million. That's what he let get away. So if you're not trying to benefit other people and you don't care about other people, if you care about your own well-being, it's clear that what we've learned is that you really need to have your emotions under control. You really do to succeed. Other cultures don't play. They don't take the same excuses our culture takes. Or abuse. They're not going for that. Lady Rindy breaks it down like this. Why is it women are told to correct their behavior in order for grown men to change theirs? Exactly. How about don't hit a woman in the face with a brick? Bars. At all. At all. And I'm not saying Mr. Majors used a brick, but I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would sign up for them therapy sessions now. Quite honestly, he's talented enough to come back, but he's going to lose out on at least 2 years. And when he does come back, he probably is going to be working for. He's probably going to be coming back and working for Tyler Perry. I'm guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Mistress Newbie breaks it down like this. This is why I keep my piece on me. And I constantly go to the range and make sure I don't miss bars. Bars.
Look at how his case played out and what comes next, Teresa.
Yeah, Natasha and Steve, a few short months ago, Jonathan Majors was Hollywood's it boy, one of the industry's fastest rising stars. Now he's been convicted of assaulting his ex-girlfriend and, as you mentioned, dropped by both Marvel and Disney. The entertainment experts I spoke with say Hollywood will forgive a lot, but not this.
Jonathan, what do you think of the verdict?
It's a stunning fall from grace for the man who
Okay,
was one.
let me say this though. Compared to what Weinstein and others did, if what we're seeing he did is all he did, you know, it pales, what he did pales in comparison. And it wasn't because let's face it, come on. Yes. The fact that, you know, she was Caucasian did not help his case at all. But hey, chickens come home to roost.
Once heir to the Marvel universe. Jonathan Majors was once on the brink of international stardom and the kind of success few achieve. Now it may be all over after a jury convicted him.
You know what's weird is he might get time even before Diddy does. That would be crazy.
Assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari.
He was the it guy. He was the future of this franchise. And for this to happen is like so shocking. I think Disney and everybody else is like still spinning and there's no way back from this.
This was the video the jury saw in which Majors physically shoved Jabari back into a car after she read a romantic text on his phone. They also saw evidence of Jabari lying on the floor of a closet with cuts to
What do you guys think? There's a cut. What do you guys think? Type what you think about the cut in the chat. What do you think? What's going through your mind? New Diamond working for RuPaul. You never know. Ellen Ripley breaks it down like this. I'm so grateful my father trained me to defend myself, but I feel so blessed having my husband around to protect me from these savages of the world. Yeah, I hear you, Ellen. He really pissed someone off screaming at the poor defenseless white woman. Most lawyers agreed his charges normally wouldn't make it to a courtroom. Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Mr. DJ Music. He unfortunately messed with the wrong girl. Mistress Newbie, she got slammed against something hard to make that cut like that on her ear. It makes some force to, yeah. Yeah. I don't see you on Razor Ray's channel. Why? Welcome, Drill. Who, me? I've been there a lot of times. I don't raise his channel. Ask him about me. He know about me. He know about me. I just gave up. don't go over there much because the guys over there, they're just they got their mindset on let's just say they have their mindset on something other than that would reap them success. Let's put it that way.
The side of her head and a broken finger. In a split decision, the jury found Majors guilty of misdemeanor assault, recklessly causing physical injury, and harassment in the second degree. They did not find him guilty of assault with the intent to cause injury or aggravated harassment. Immediately following the verdict, Disney announced he's been dropped from the Marvel franchise. It remains to be seen what other...
Okay, this is what I think. I think what happened was when he pushed her back in the car, her ear caught like that door jam or something. And got cut, and then he broke her finger, or she broke whatever, whoever way you want to call it. But basically, what happened was that basically it all stemmed from her trying to hold on to the phone, and him making it clear he's getting his damn phone. And unfortunately, you don't do that. You just don't. No. He underestimated the law. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Ellen, yeah, why is Megan walking like she's a personal bodyguard? Yeah, she does not look pleased at all, and who knows? She might have she's next. She's next. Unless he goes to therapy like right freaking now, she's next on the menu. I'm telling you.
Projects will be canceled next.
I think ultimately the narrative here is guilty, and that's what people hear, and so this is going to be really, really hard to come back from. Not only
So this is what we all have learned so far, is that basically if you don't control your temper or your mindset, you can end up with nothing. I can see this go two ways. Well, number one, he's never going to get whatever kind of money he was going to get before. But what I see is that he could very well end up homeless. But I'm sure he has some stack. Let's see how much money he's got in the bank. Let's see how much money he has in the bank. Now, net worth, okay, so according to this, well, I have two things. Wow. Okay, let me bring this on screen. Oh, wait, no, that's a politician. He is $7 million is what he has. You can live the rest of your life if you spend that properly. You can live the rest of your life off of that. Just don't make any mistakes. But that's where he's at. Welcome, Sela. I believe he's gonna smooth dump him good. I think so too, Sela. I do. I think that's, and I think it's the same for yeah, he's gonna dump. He has no use for her. It's clear that he's not attracted to black women like that. He was just there for what is it? Public. Mr. DJ, I guess Marvel's superpowers didn't save him. Not one bit. No. Not one bit. Let's keep it going.
has Disney dumped him, but now I'm told like celebrities, they don't want to work with him again.
So Majors is
What? Oh, wait, what happened? Let me get rid of that. Pause that. Now, this is the thing. Let's put this into context. What he did, look at Ike Turner. He was bouncing Tina around like a ball. And it didn't really affect his career that much. You know, he might have been able to get a little more famous, but it didn't really do it. So what you saw is bad timing on John's part. Sheila breaks it down like this. It's not enough to have self-control, but also make sure that the people around you are well balanced and have self-control. Bars. Exactly, because if you're around, you know, toxic people, they could ruin. Yeah, they could ruin your life. Absolutely. So yeah, so everybody dropped him. Now let's go over what the case said.
Drop. They said they're done with them. They made it very, very clear.
Okay, we're going to go over the legal aspect real quick. It's kind of boring, but it's important. It's really important to see how he lost, in my opinion, at least $100 million.
So Jonathan Majors has been found guilty. Guilty. Let's talk about it.
All right. This gentleman's name is Nate the Lawyer. And he's damn popular. So let me keep this going.
So now, if you're watching this video and don't know who Jonathan Majors is, there's no way I can help you, right? This guy is
I hear you, man. I hear you. Me too. Yeah. Everybody knows who he is.
Major Hollywood star. He's the face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And
as we know, it was now.
He's just been fired by Marvel, obviously, because he's been found guilty of assault, and his career is probably ruined. But we'll get into all of that.
It should be, yeah, his career is probably ruined. Okay.
I haven't really done a pure law video in a while.
Yeah, Susie, you broke it down. You got it. It's crazy how these black men hate black women, yet are quick to pull the race card on white women in order to guilt trip them. Bars. Yeah.
So I wanted to kind of cut through all the BS that you're going to be hearing on the media and just kind of give you a straight legal video about what happened in his particular case. Now, you probably want to see how much research I've done. Now, everybody else just probably ran on and just start screaming into the microphone, but I actually went and did the research. So this is what I looked up. So now, as you guys know, I don't trust the media, so I went straight to the court's website, and here's Jonathan Majors' name, the second one in New York County. That's where he was charged and as of now convicted. It's a jury trial. I went there and got exactly what happened. Okay, this is Jonathan Majors. This is what happened. As you can see, here's everything: defense, defendant, court appearance. There's his attorney. It's all here, right? I went to the source. I don't trust the media. I went to the source.
Okay, so he went to the source. This is what we're looking at, folks. Okay. Let's keep it going
to see what happened in this case, what he was charged with, and all that. So you're getting the information directly from the court system. This is not opinion. The next thing I did is I went to the court's website and looked up the model jury instructions. This is what the jury had to find him guilty of the charges they found him guilty of and the charges they found him not guilty of. So here you go. Like one of the charges was aggravated harassment. Here it is. I went here, I looked it up, and I just wanted to make sure, okay, what did the jury find him guilty of? So we pulled all four of the charges, the things that he was charged with. For instance, first he was charged with harassment in the second degree, which is not a crime. This is just a violation. It's essentially like a parking ticket. So, you know, some people say he's found guilty on two charges. It's true, but one isn't a crime. It's like essentially harassment in the second degree in New York. It's like
Nate's pretty good. Nate is pretty good. Let's keep going.
A parking ticket, essentially a parking violation, and we'll go over that. The next is he was also charged with aggravated harassment in the second degree. That was another one of the charges that he was found, I believe, not guilty of. Yes, he was found not guilty of aggravated harassment. You also had assault in the third degree, reckless assault, and then you had assault in the third degree intentional assault. So those are the 4 charges. And again, here are the jury instructions. So I went through it. Okay, what are the elements? What do you have to do? What did the jury have to find him guilty? And is there any conflict between these charges? So as you can see here, I created a chart, and this chart lays out all the charges that were against Jonathan Majors. First, you see assault in the 3rd degree.
Okay, so assault in the first 3rd degree.
And under assault in the 3rd degree, you see actus reus and mens rea. Now, the actus reus is a criminal act. In New York, you have to have a physical injury. So that means you have to cause somebody to be injured physically in some way for you to have an assault in the 3rd degree. And the mens rea, the mental state, is intentional. You had to intentionally have caused that physical injury. So that's where you have assault in the 3rd degree. And right under it, you have harassment in the 2nd degree, where the actus reus is you have to annoy someone and have the physical injury, where the mens rea is, again, intentional. So you had to intentionally both annoy and cause a physical injury. Now, the jury didn't buy that.
That's really weird how they got, you can annoy somebody. Okay, well, let's see. Okay.
The jury seems to say that Jonathan Majors didn't intentionally cause this woman's physical injuries. So that's why they found him not guilty on those 2 counts. Now, let's look at the other side of the chart where Jonathan Majors was found guilty. Now, as you can see, it's still assault in the 3rd degree, but the mental state has changed. It's not intentional, it's reckless. So in this case, he still had to cause a physical injury, but now he had to do it in a reckless manner. And what does reckless mean? Well, reckless essentially means is that he created a situation in which someone could be injured and then that person was injured. A quick example of that is, let's say you're at the top of a building and there are people walking on the sidewalk below and you throw a rock off that building. Now that rock falls and hits someone, injuring them. Well, that would be assault. Now, you may not have intended to hit any individual person. You may not have even intended to hit anybody. But the fact that you created a situation where it was likely someone could get injured and they actually did makes it reckless. So that is what they're saying. They're saying that he didn't intend to do it, but he recklessly caused her injuries. Now, in the bottom right-hand corner of the chart, you can see harassment in the 2nd degree, and I put there not crime. And that's because harassment in the 2nd degree is not a crime. It's essentially what's known as a violation. So it's actually not a criminal act. And what harassment is in New York is if you harass or annoy someone intentionally without causing them physical injury, then you're guilty of the violation of harassment. So this is actually not a criminal charge. And being found guilty of harassment in the 2nd degree, he wouldn't even have a criminal record in New York. It's essentially the same as a parking ticket or a parking violation. It's nothing. So this is how the jury came out. He was not guilty on any intentional charges, but he was guilty on both the reckless charge of assault in the 3rd degree and annoying her in a non-criminal manner.
All right. Is everybody keeping up? If you're keeping up and you know where we're at, just press 1 in the chat. If not, I'll try to help explain it. We have no resident lawyers, but I think I can explain a little bit. All right. Okay, here we go.
Essentially annoying her in a non-criminal manner. So now, in 5 minutes, I've just explained to you exactly what he was charged with, how they work, what's the actus and mens rea, what the jury found, and so you know it all, right? And you even saw where I got the information from. So now let's see how accurate NBC News is in covering the story. And I think
I'm going to stop it right there. If you want to see the rest of it, you have to go to let me play a little bit more because we want to get to show you how the news will twist things up. So let's see that. But then after that, you need to go to his channel. Here we go.
This is fascinating. Let's watch together.
And hello, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips. And I'm Terry Miranda. We've got some breaking news. The jury in the Jonathan Majors domestic violence trial has found him guilty of 1 count of assault and 1 count of harassment, but acquitted him of another count of assaulting his former girlfriend. This comes after jurors spent 4 or 5 hours deliberating over portions of several days. And this is a case that has gotten a lot of attention. Jonathan Majors, a major rising star, and he met a crisis in this, and the jury has now returned with its verdict.
And there was a lot of talk about this trial impacting his future in the movie business. Rising star within the Marvel movies. Our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer, has been following this from the very beginning.
Now, I'm going to pause it right here because Marvel has just fired him from like everything just now. Like they literally just fired him from everything. Check this out. So make no bones about it. Jonathan Majors' career is over. Marvel and Disney has dropped Jonathan Majors after he was convicted of assaulting his former girlfriend. So this is the Associated Press. Right after the verdict dropped, they said they're done with them. They made it very, very clear it's over for Jonathan Majors.
Okay, this is what I think should happen. God, this guy, the lawyer right there, he looks familiar. Who do I know him from? Anyway, this is the situation. John can still have a successful acting career, but it will be lower tier. He will definitely get at least B moving ratings, and I'll tell you why. At least that. I can almost name, most of them are Caucasian though. I can almost name 10 actors that damaged somebody worse than him and still have acting careers. One good example is what's the guy who played I can't believe I keep forgetting the doggone name. Who was the guy who somehow sold everybody that he was a victim? He's an actor. He played in all those ship movies. He was like a pirate, but he's always had a history of instability. I'm going to be nice. Instability, instability, whatever you want to call it. Mark, I think what will happen is this. He won't get anything for the next couple of years, but after that, let me tell you, I'm not defending him at all. What he did was wrong. But what I will say is what he did, other actors have done worse to their spouses and to their girlfriends too. And their career did not take that much of a hit. One guy comes to mind, maybe Mel Gibson. But no, I think he will be up and running as an actor, at least on the B circuit, B as in Bob, in a couple of years. Think about it like this. Remember when Halle Berry lost her hearing because Blade, I'll just call him, hit her so hard on the side of the head, poor Halle Berry lost her hearing. Remember that? He still had a career after that. Let me check that out. Let's look into that. This is where the learning comes in. This is the learning part right here. Let's see. Poor Halle. It looks like everybody beat up on her. It wasn't David Justice. Oh, here. This is easier for me to do it like this. Hold on a second. Okay. Wow, they have the new one up, but I think it's not in production because there was an issue. Let's Blade, the 1998 film. Here we go. I don't know why my memory is not that good. Blade, written by, starring, there we go, Wesley Snipes. That's who. Wesley Snipes. Remember? Let me see if I can bring something else up here. Hold on one second. Yep, there we go. Here we go. Actress Halle Berry was in an abusive relationship with co-actor Wesley Snipes. At one point, oh, what in the hell is this? Oh, okay. Let me go back. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Let's try this. Okay. Let me bring it back up on screen. Here we go. Okay. So yeah. And that was in being physically abusive. That was when yeah, that was 91, 92. He was still good until he had to go to prison. I mean, was it prison for tax something else? Okay, and then Lady Rendis, Charlie Sheen shot Kelly Preston in the arm. Yep. So I believe that I don't believe at all, though I believe that, Jonathan made some big mistakes and he definitely has a little bit of banditry in him. But I think with therapy, he really hasn't gone to the level of really that he should be going to prison. And he's not going to prison. Matthew Broderick killed somebody. Oh yeah, in a vehicle accident. Okay. He was able to, not only continue his career, but became a Broadway star. Yep. Yep. So we have all these situations, and I'm not saying, oh, poor John, because John should have got some freaking help. He knew he had issues. But what I'm saying is that in the grand scheme of things, I would like to know what he did to his priors, but as you can see, let me bring up as you can see, he kind of pales in comparison to a lot of other actors. Sheila says O.J. Simpson's first wife was black and she made accusations of DV. Nothing. Yep. Except she got her life. Unfortunately, she has to be happy for that because we know what happened. Yeah, it's clear that I'm trying to think of a time somebody did something like this and oh, how about the young lady who shot a warning shot in the air because she was getting hands and feet put on her? Okay. She went to prison. That's crazy. Now that's crazy. That's crazy. Let's play this clip.
How in the world could you possibly be assessing yourself at a 7?
I said 7.5.
Yeah, how?
I mean, other than being fat, like.
You mean the big thing? Like the literal elephant in the room, right? As it
I
were.
mean, but like I date like
That
people.
is true. OJ did keep his career. He did. He was still in. Yep. He's down. He's still a celebrity. People still walk up to him and go, "Hi, how you doing?" And then, yeah.
I mean,
Pulled some hot.
I'm dating celebrities,
what's
billionaires,
real, but
millionaires.
I'm
Like
not even
that.
trying to be
When I saw this video, I was absolutely
Oh, look, we got a troll. Are you broadcasting from an old white lady's house? Oh. No, I'm not. How about that? How about that? I'm not. Nope. You know, it's Christmas, so I thought, I let the clowns play a little bit, Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you respect black women. You get a lot of bandits that don't like you. They don't like you. They don't like you. What else? I don't, 44 under, you know what else? Let me tell you some other things. I don't have a criminal record like some other people do. And I don't have to run to other places to seek, to hide. Yep, that too. And I don't cuss black women out and call them disrespectful names either, like some other people do. Yeah, it's okay to ask though. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Susie's in the house. Tevin's in the house. Let's keep it going.
disgusted because it seems to me that these mediocre men want everyone to share their poor self-image, because I'm confused as to why a man would be upset with a woman's self-image. If she's rating herself a 7.5, so freaking what? How does that affect you? Does it stop you from eating? Does it stop you from drinking? Does it stop you from being able to support yourself financially and have shelter and the necessities of life? Does it stop you from getting with a woman that you do like? No. So why is it that you want this woman to hate herself so badly and look at herself negatively? Why does she have to hate herself because she's fat? I don't get it. She's an attractive girl, and I think that we can all see that. So why does she have to hate herself? And then the fact that this man who is not, quote unquote, fat, but he is unattractive, and that can never be changed. Like, wait.
Right. He's not a very good looking guy. So this is my thing is this. Why is he? It's always the guys. You know what I've noticed? It's always the guys that are out of shape that tend to belittle women who they would deem out of shape. And it's always the guys that are ugly that are ridiculing a woman's appearance. I've seen some butt ugly dudes literally ridicule the way other women look, and they can be attractive women. Spicy Black Magic in the house. You know it. Okay, the chat is already going to be lit. You know it now. You know it. In the house, Susie Bear, Mistress Newbie, Spicy Black Magic, New Diamond, Mark Babin, Thela, dropping them gems, Ellen Ripley. Believe it or not, get it? Ripley's Believe It or Not. Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that one. Yay me. Okay. Anyway, let's keep this going.
Ken, the fact that he is trying to lower her.
On the turntable, we got You're Triggered. Remember to like and subscribe. She drops gems.
Her self-esteem so badly is wild to me. I really just don't understand, because it's like, if you feel like she's rating herself highly, so what? Move on. Next. How she views herself is not affecting you. And clearly she said that she's dating, so someone likes it. And this whole idea of incels and men that I know women don't desire, men that I
Yeah, I know quite a few incels.
know don't pull women, like the two guys that are in this clip, those type of guys trying to tell women how to view themselves does not sit right with me. And then these same guys will come in and say, oh, we're just doing it to her because she needs a reality check because she's overweight and this and that. That is a lie, because I see men like this do this to all women all the time on social media. Women that are viewed as classically attractive. So fitness models, Instagram baddies, all of that. I see them all in the comments saying the same things to them, trying to put them down. They are telling women, all women, that they have no worth. And I really feel like they do this because the more women that they can mentally beat down, the more women that they can make them feel like they have no value, they think that these women will feel like they have no choice but to accept low-hanging fruit like them. And make no mistake about it, they're doing it to all types of women because they know that they can't get a woman that knows her worth. Because if she knows her worth, she will never accept them. And you know what? This thinking is really completely unreasonable, because I think like this. I just think like this. I don't care if I see someone that I don't personally view as attractive. I don't care if they think that they look better than the most handsome man in the whole world. I don't care. If that's how you feel, more power to you. And honestly, all of this stuff and all of these podcasts are rooted in the humiliation of women. They get off on humiliating and putting down women. They don't feel powerful in their lives amongst men. So they go where they feel like they can exert power and dominance. And guess where they go to do that? You guessed it, on women, with women, wherever women are. Please don't listen to these losers. It is healthy to have a good image of yourself. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It is healthy to have high standards for who you decide to allow in your life, in your world. Now, some men will say, well, what if it's unreasonable that what if it is unreasonable? What if their standards are too much? Okay, then let that person find out on their own. It's not up to you to tell someone what you think they should think about themselves. Because Lord knows if women started having podcasts like this full of women and inviting a few men on and doing this to them, humiliating them and emasculating them, they would be trying to put their hands on somebody. Imagine.
That's so true. That is so true. That is so true. That's from your triggered. Guess who I have on tap now. You will never know who I have on tap. He is a manosphere favorite to you and me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring you T.I.
I do all my time. Not mine. Man, look, man. Go play with a who you could play with. One thing we ain't finna do is pretend like we on the same level. It's one thing we ain't finna do. So I ain't, man, listen, bro. Just keep. If you got something to say to me, talk to me. Don't talk to no child. Because you putting yourself on a child's level. Like my I don't have no gang. I ain't in no gang. I got family. I got willing to risk their lives and freedom to die by me and mine. You hear me? Why don't play with me, man?
I ain't trying to be no dog catcher. Why not? I don't even like
Okay.
dogs. That's
That was
the beauty
T.I.
of it. I grab a dog.
Right. What you're looking at is another rap sheet. Another rap sheet. This is not T.I.'s rap sheet. It is Charleston White's rap sheet. You haven't heard, he had a couple issues. He had a couple issues. But this clip here is not about him. Spicy breaks it down like this. T.I. done went from criminal to philosopher. Oh man, dude, man, I'm glad I can't get free. Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna get a little dusty up in here. So here we go.
Took him, and I kicked and I all day long I put up a dog's ass, just bang, bang, bang up his ass.
Let me go forward.
Yo, YouTube. What's going on? Trey back again, hit y'all in the video.
Now, I want you to listen to what he's saying. It's very important. Very important. This is the Trey King Show. Here we go.
Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week also. My day is going absolutely stupendous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Texas by way of Fort Worth. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Texas. Everybody inside the great city of Fort Worth. Now, before I start the story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members.
Okay, I'll let him do that later. Let's get ready to rumble.
Before I start this story, this has nothing to do with the Charleston White story, but I want to let you all know that what happened to brother R. Kelly and his with his publicist, because it's very sad what happened to brother R. Kelly and his.
Listen, wait. Let me rewind this one more time. You got to hear this. Here we go. You ready? This is going to be crazy.
But I want to let you all know about an important upcoming interview that I may be doing with R. Kelly and also with his publicist, because it's very sad what happened to.
He's going to be doing an interview with R. Kelly. Listen to the
upcoming interview that I may be doing with R. Kelly and also with his publicist, because it's very sad what happened to brother R. Kelly, and it's also very sad the way that his court proceedings took place, and also sad how he was railroaded. I'm sure.
Did y'all hear that? Did you all hear that?
And also sad how he was railroaded. And it's also very sad, important upcoming interview that I may be doing with R. Kelly and also with his publicist, because it's very sad what happened to brother R. Kelly. And it's also very sad the way that his court proceedings took place, and also sad how he was railroaded. I'm sure a lot of you all heard about that, but his people reached out to me last night. I got the email.
R. Kelly is a whole criminal. I mean, he's making it sound like it was just like a little incident here and there or something, right? This is why the black community won't get any better. That's why it's going to be, keep being named Blackistan. Yeah, brother R. Kelly. Yeah, brother. I'm telling you. So there's Charleston White as a role model, right? R. Kelly is a role model. Next thing he'll be saying is that Diddy got railroaded. I guarantee, I found a Diddy got railroaded video. I did. You won't believe how these dudes think. They really think they can just put hands and feet, exploit, date little girls and be good. They really do. They really do. I mean, one more time.
I'm sure a lot of you all heard about that, but his people reached out to me last night. I got the email just this morning. So I'm looking over the email, me and my team, and we're going to get back with his people, and we're going to set something up. But I'm definitely going to try to have R. Kelly on the platform also, if possible. So
he's trying to make a convicted predator a role model in the black manosphere. Now you see why I can't roll. I mean, see, the thing is this: anybody, man or woman, who thinks logically is not going for this kind of shit. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are going for this kind of shit. I think it's time to drop that link. I think it's time for that. I got to drop the link. I mean, I stumbled across this. I forgot what I was looking for. I think I was looking for, I was looking for some Charleston White clips and stumbled across this. Susie breaks it down like this. This has always been a thing with gangs, that they can't compete with other men, so they resort to trying to pit women against each other. I've always noticed this about them. I'm telling you, the kingdom. I call them it's the kingdom of cowards. I mean, this man wants respect from women, but then he wants to uplift a man who was convicted of being a predator, and says that he got railroaded somehow. That's crazy. Anyway, look, what is he saying about Charleston White?
Speaking of another person that may be headed to jail, even though R. Kelly is in federal jail right now, we are talking about Charleston White, yes. And I'm sure a lot of you all know about Charleston White by now, the controversial online figure who says anything, and sometimes it be funny and sometimes it be serious. But Charleston White has found himself in some legal trouble just of yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. But he was arrested on 2 counts of aggravated assault and also animal cruelty. Now, my whole thing about this situation, just right here, how in the hell did Charleston White get arrested on 2 counts of aggravated assault and also cruelty to an animal? Because it sounds like to me that Charleston White put the paws or a gun on a damn dog or a cat. We don't know what it is. We don't know.
Well, number one, he has priors. So, I mean, this is the funny thing. I can't find. It seems like the manosphere is run by criminals. The black manosphere is definitely run by criminals. That's what I see. Check this out.
Y'all thought y'all got the ups on me. Nigga, y'all wasn't watching the Say Cheese TV, the DJU interview. I told y'all in the DJ interview I had to go turn myself in, nigga. We was already on top of this last week, nigga. My lawyer had already went and talked to the judge. Yeah, all I had to do was finish off my comedy show this past weekend in Florence, go do my show in Houston, and then wake up Monday morning and turn myself in labor detail so the judge know I checked in labor detail. They thought they got a nigga. No, we've been working on it. My lawyer never get right up on it. Fort Worth Police Department hit me with a no bond on a warrant charge, so I had to go see the magistrate this morning. I saw the magistrate last night by 7 o'clock. The bond was posted by 1 a.m. in the morning. Because I got some issues with the local police department, an officer by the name of Tracy Carter, they was shifting and shucking the paperwork around, trying to jive a nigga. But niggas so many, I'm talking about half the city came out. Boy, they called Sheriff.
I don't need to play any more than that. This is what, what's funny is, think about it. If you think about all the women that are in the manosphere, the majority of the women that are in the manosphere that are known as role models or extremely popular, they all have jobs. And they all never have seen a jail. Or if they did, it was a very long time ago. I can't find a dude in the manosphere who hasn't gone yet. I haven't. I can't find anybody. What is somebody supposed to do with this dude? When you have a role model, the role model is supposed to behave better than you and be in less trouble than you. I mean, really. I mean, you're supposed to be. Look. Let me calm down here for a minute. I think you know something. I'm waiting for. Let me see what I got in here in the mix here. Let me break this down. Let me break it down like this. Okay. Just like this.
Street. And then immediately.
Let me reel it back. Come on now.
He's now behind bars. But if you happen to be a victim, police do want to hear from you. Take a look at this horrible story.
Okay, Rodney Joseph.
City of Miami police have arrested 32-year-old Rodney Joseph. Police say around 12:30 in the afternoon on November 6th at Northwest 16th Street and 3rd Avenue, he drove up to a woman and offered her a ride to a homeless shelter. The woman accepted the ride, but quickly realized this wasn't heading in the right direction.
Kidnapping with a weapon. Armed
Pause.
sex.
If you haven't yet, you gotta go to Feisty Black Magic. Like and subscribe, because it ain't no jive. Okay, I'm a little bit old. I know that was a little old and corny, but okay. But you got to do that. Let me break it. Let me let the Feisty do her thing.
Battery.
According to police, the victim tried to get out of the car, but she was violently assaulted by Joseph, who at one point demanded she show him her breasts, to which she quickly let him know that she was not a prostitute. Well, things escalated, and according to the arrest report, Joseph then reached over, held the car door shut, and began to hit the victim with his fist and then grab her neck. He eventually pulled out a gun from the center console of the vehicle. The arrest form goes on to say that Joseph allegedly said to the victim, "I'm going to kill you." He then continued to demand sexual acts.
Aggravated assault with a firearm.
The victim was finally able to get out of the car at Northwest Miami Court and 19th Street, and then immediately alerted police. Police believe that there may be more victims
Let me
out.
pause that for a minute. So why isn't the Black manosphere fixing their men? Right? Oh, thank you, Sela. I appreciate that. Spicy Black Magic breaks it down like this. Passport bums and Black manosphere are all criminals, predators, ugly as sin, and talking shit. Straight up. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, the men, if you really want to be respected by women, you need to make an environment that women can feel comfortable in. You know, that's what's going down. Yeah, my bad. Let me shut up here. Here we go.
Out there, they say Joseph, wearing medical scrubs, would pull up on vulnerable women and offer to take them to a homeless shelter. And so again, like I mentioned at the top there, it's really important that we bring this message home that officers believe that there may be more victims. If you happen to have been a victim, or if you know somebody who may have been a victim in this situation, you are urged to contact Miami Police.
So this fool likes to pull up on homeless women with his medical scrubs on. I don't know if he works in a hospital or something like that, but you know, a lot of times these kings, they don't have jobs. So That's his little scam there. So he'll pull up
And from the center console of the vehicle.
He'll pull up with the little medical scrubs, and people will think, oh, he's just a nice guy getting off from work. He probably works at the hospital trying to give me a ride. So this is what the Kangs do. This is very, very common. And I don't know if this is a black woman, white woman, or whoever. Could be a non-black woman. We're not for sure. But I do know a lunatic like this is dangerous. They'll attack any kind of woman. And I can still remember when I was a young girl being told by my mother and other women, never hop in a car with a man. I don't care what he says. I don't care what kind of car he pulls up in. And oh, believe me, they pull up all the time. Oh, you need a ride, especially on your way to school and stuff like that. Those motherfuckers will be hovering around the high school, junior high, the colleges, looking for a victim. So this is very, very common. This is what they do. This is the most desired man on the planet. They say they're so desirable. I said, well, if you're so desirable, well, why do y'all go around doing horrible things to women and little girls? So he pulls up on the homeless women. Hey, you need a ride? Yeah, okay, I need a ride. So that lady was lucky that she got out. But like I told you, dark skin, happy head, nappy beard, unattractive. This is what the Kangs do. And let's go on to this one here.
Senator Josh Newman is a champion for
Give me a
workers.
minute.
Now it's time to help workers by fixing California's broken Private Attorneys General Act. Workers deserve a better, fairer way. Please, Senator Newman, protect workers.
Yeah, man, wait. Okay. Oh my God. What the hell? Spicy, what the hell is this? What the? Damn, he looks rough. Man. Okay, you if you want to see, you got to watch the rest of the tape on her channel. Let me go to one more. Where is that at? Let's go back. Right here.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you doing today? What?
Here we go. People have been going in on Kiki. It is crazy. So yeah, let me tell you. Darius is a restraining orders recipient. There are many in the Black manosphere. Many in the Black manosphere. Let's break this down right here.
But if you are Darius Jackson, in the words of Keke Palmer, you are a Mark A.B. Y'all, what am I talking about? Darius Jackson is back. And like a man that is literally trying on his last hustle that's not going to work, he is making some serious allegations against Keke Palmer. Unfortunately, and none of them ring true. And Darius, you make yourself look even more guilty. But don't worry. Where there is one ain't-ish ninja, baby, there's two. And this one's came out of the same canal. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Darius's brother, Serenus, the man that has also been sued by his baby's mama for Diddy bopping her, is coming out tweeting things against Keke.
Diddy bop. Oh man, that's funny.
Baby, you better shut up because your acting career is hanging by a string. And you're lucky I'm not Keke Palmer because I would be on the phone. Hello, Tyler Perry. Wait, no, strike that now. Tyler Perry, girl. Hello, yeah, Oprah. Yeah, baby. If you thought what happened to Monique, which is a woman and a comedian and a legend with real power that opens box office and Netflix specials. If she could get blackballed, baby, you ain't nothing but a small thing with your tall, oaky, goofy looking self. Y'all, let's get into this. Darius Jackson fires back at Keke Palmer and counterclaim, accusing her of abusive conduct. Listen to what this fool said. Darius Jackson has flipped the script on ex-girlfriend Keke Palmer. No, he hasn't, because he still looks deranged. He still looks stupid. And like Keke, Miss Sharon said, right? Yo, Kiki's mom read him down for filth, for filth, for filth. And baby, I can get behind that. She said he flipped the script on Keke Palmer, accusing her, right, of abuse in response to her DV allegations in November.
Yeah, that's a typical narcissist or sociopath for you. They like to flip the script and make you even though you're the one with the bruises on you, they want to say that you abused them.
In a counterclaim filed Friday morning in Los Angeles County Superior Court, the former failed football player, responded to Kiki's request for a temporary restraining order by claiming that she repeatedly engaged in abusive conduct and she acted as the primary aggressor throughout their two-year relationship. I'm confused.
Okay, he must have like watched some of those no. I don't know what he saw. He's got a hard sell because she has, I'm sorry, but video footage of you putting hands and feet on Keke is not going to help you. That's crazy to me. New Diamond, what do you think? What's on your mind?
Oh, well, right now I'm just listening to you comment for a little bit about this topic and everything. I was gonna say, where's Miss Ellen at? Miss Ellen don't even come up. I love hearing her talk.
Ellen, you're being called out, Elle.
But yeah, I will say I don't know too much about this situation. I came up here, so if we revert back to like Jonathan Major sometime, I got something to say about that. But with this situation, to me, I mean, it's just like going back and forth. She's putting restraining orders on him, then she's taking the restraining orders off. So they're playing in our face, to be honest.
Yeah, what I've learned is these violent dusties don't seem to realize how law works. They don't. They think they can rewrite the law. They really do. Instead of just going, okay, let me go to a lawyer, have him assess my situation, they won't do that. They will just continue to make up magic in their mind on what they think the law should be. And until they are the governor of a state or something, it ain't gonna work like that. And that's what we're talking. That's when you get to the effing around and finding out situation. So
yeah, I wonder what Miss Ellen says right here. Dusties don't even know that there's cameras everywhere. Yeah,
no. No, not at all.
Because I surely, when I see certain videos, I'd be like, wow, how did they catch him? Yeah, cameras are everywhere. And they're bringing in more technology to make it even tighter. And then if you already got a smart house,
right.
Well,
the more technology, in my opinion, the better. That's how I feel about it.
And also, they have, robotic. Well, I've been seeing a few robotic police bots in LA, but they have more advanced ones even than because what they're doing is just sneaking it in. They got the little robots that do the delivery, and stuff like that, rolling around and stuff like that, like getting you used to seeing the little stuff. That's how they do. But they got a whole plethora of police bots, of police canine dogs, robotic police dogs that actually, I think they said, oh yeah. And I think it goes up to 300 miles. It runs 300 miles per hour, 300 miles per hour. Okay. And when I saw the video, it had a real canine. The real canine was afraid of the robo canine. and Ain't no getting away from that. Ain't no getting away from a machine when it's chasing you.
No, they go fast.
Exactly. So a lot of these dust buckets going to be in some real trouble. I mean, a lot of people going to be in trouble, to be honest, but they're going to be in real trouble because it's going to exceed a human police officer. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's a K9 bot, they could malfunction and just start, malfunction.
Yeah. Lady
You know?
Randy breaks it down like this. Between the tweets, the videos of him throwing her around, and all the recordings of him, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. And I agree. He thinks he does, but he don't. All right. Guess what? We are to the end of the show. New Diamond, do you have any opinions or thoughts or anything?
No, I just came up there to say hi real quickly. That's all.
Right on. I appreciate your time
The,
and everybody's
the
time.
dust will continue.
There's never going to be a day without dust. That's for sure. A day without dust is like a day without sunshine. Actually, a day with dust is like a day without sunshine, really. Anyway, everybody, thank you for coming through. I'm going to kick the beat. Here we go. All right. Shout out to Sila, Mark Madden, from Ripley.
It's not hard to fool me.
Lady Randy.
'Cause I'm addicted to the good life.
New Diamond.
Yeah. Lead the way.
Susie Bear.
I follow. No need to say.
On your sweat.
Where we are heading now, babe.
Sila.
I follow.
I see. Hi.
To the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
Mistress Newbie.
So tell your good night.
Alexander Brennan.
'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one.
Lady Randy.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. It's not a problem. Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell your good night. Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
All right, everybody, have a good night. Here we go.